I remember a Belgian buyer, he's buying about $15 million a year of a broad range of products. And I asked him, who is the head of your China office? And he said, oh, it's this Hong Kong Chinese guy. And I said, why? Why a Hong Kong Chinese in a China office? And he goes, because I can't trust the Chinese, so I can trust the Hong Kong Chinese. You're missing out on the fact that you can trust a Hong Kong Chinese guy, maybe, but can the Chinese staff that works for him trust him? The unwitting consequences of making the wrong decisions can be very profound. If you're dealing in a stable marketplace where nothing changes, over time you can figure these things out. But if you're moving in a fast changing world where you may have to switch from one supplier to another when you want to be absolutely sure that you're getting the best quality/price ratio, your team in China becomes a very, very important factor.
And you've, over time, developed these relationships and what you think is trust with these people. And so I think this is part of the problem that, I want to share two examples from my experience since starting at CPG. These companies invested time and money for people in China, and then over time, it was hard for them to notice that money was sort of disappearing. And so in the one example was, a company, I think they had a team of about maybe four or five in China. And when they came to us and they were considering shutting down this office, ultimately what happened is we helped this client close their office, their physical location in China. They hired CPG instead, and we had one employee, full-time employee, replace four at a fraction. I think it was probably a quarter of the costs.
What's interesting is you have, and you've seen this many times now, Laura, companies that are basically looking at their sourcing operation in China and want to close their office. And it kind of makes you wonder what's changed. Why were they happy in the past to go through all the trouble, and then now they want to close it? You end up with a high level of inefficiency. There are concerns about corruption. But there's another element when you think about it, Laura. In the old days, it was a glorious thing to have an office in China. It was something that companies bragged about. They put it on their website. This is no longer the case. The desire for such an wholly owned, wholly controlled operation is much less.